What is your name and what do you do?
My name's Kim Hamilton and I'm a counsellor psychotherapist.
Okay. As a therapist, what kind of people do you get coming in and what methods do you use?
Okay, I'm primarily a Gestalt therapist, which is the particular method that I use, but I'm quite integrated now because I qualified many years ago and do lots of other things. The sorts of people I get coming vary. I do some short-term work for companies, which is to help employees that are going through a difficult time, and that's usually sort of 5 or 6 sessions. And I also get people coming for much longer-term work.
Okay, cool. Have you ever thought of using art therapy in any form to help patients?
Yes, I use it as not art therapy specifically, but I use art and drawing as a way of helping people to express themselves or to express what's going on. So they might draw an emotion, for instance, or they might draw a scene from a dream, just really as another way of expressing themselves. And it's particularly helpful for people who don't have words to describe what's going on for them. So it can be another way of expressing something, perhaps pre-verbal, for instance. It's also really helpful. I use it sort of in timelines symbolically and things like that for people to get an overview of what's going on as well. So kind of lots of different ways of using it, but mostly another way of getting a fresh perception on something.
Okay, would you say it's more important to put money into art therapy or perhaps other forms of therapy
I don't know that it's more important. I think there's a place for everything, and it's important that there's a variety available to people, because the way that I work doesn't suit everybody. Some people would want very specifically art therapy and would benefit from that, and I know it works. I use it with people who've been quite severely traumatised in their youth, and I know it works really well for people who've been abused, for instance, because sometimes words just don't cut it, they're just not good enough, or they can't find the words, so it works really well there. So you need to have it as an option, so it needs to be funded so that there is an option available. And I guess it tends to be more expensive as well because of the materials and everything. So.
We'll talk about funding. Where is there enough would you say there's enough funding put into into therapy of all kinds, or ones like art therapy?
Well, the NHS is terribly underfunded. I think, and especially on the mental health side, it's just notorious. I mean, a 6-month waiting list is just ridiculous. You wouldn't ask somebody to wait 6 months with a broken arm. So yeah, I definitely think it is needed for NHS. I think people generally need more access to that kind of therapy.
Where would you say most of the funding is cut? Where does it come from? Most of this funding, from what you know.
Well, I worked for Dorset Mind for a while, and we got some art funding there, art therapy funding, and that for people with severe mental health problems, it's amazing. It's fantastic, the difference that it makes, and that funding, God, I think it came from a private trust actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you enjoy what you do then? Is it fulfilling to help people? Yeah,
I love it. I love it. It's challenging, keeps me on my toes. I have to be aware of myself and work on myself a lot in order to do it. But yeah, I love it. It changes people's lives. What's better than that? You know?
Exactly.